Greetings, C. Todd Lombardo here again from Fresh Tilled Soil with another Design Sprint Short. This week, we're going to talk about hopes and fears, which is a way to understand what each participant wants to get out of the design sprint. It's also a good way to gain alignment on the direction of the sprint, in addition to preemptively identifying potential roadblocks. What you do is create a 2-column grid, one column labeled hopes, the other column labeled fears. Ask each participant to write hopes on blue Post-its, one hope per Post-it, and their fears on red or orange or some dark colored Post-it. A good hope is what somebody hopes the design sprint will achieve. Like, I hope we have a prototype that solves the user need for onboarding. Or I fear that user onboarding is not the most critical thing we need to be looking at right now. Those are great examples that can help you understand what the alignment is amongst the team before moving forward. When everyone's had a chance to write these down, ask them to place them up on the grid, first in silence, and then invite everyone to go read them all in silence. Because hopes and fears are emotional, let this happen in silence. Don't force people to read them out loud. Once everyone's had a chance to read them, then as a facilitator, take and start peeling them off and seeing which ones are duplicates, but then also having discussions of each one. As you go through the list on each side, you'll understand what those hopes and what those fears are and why. If you're thinking this sounds eerily familiar to goals and anti-goals, you're absolutely right. We usually never do these in the same sprint. Hopes and fears are great when emotions are high and there's a lack of clarity in the direction of the sprint. Whereas goals and anti-goals, if you have a bit more clarity and the emotions are less high, that's a better exercise to do. And if you want to change it up, sometimes you can actually start with discussing fears first before doing hopes. That can lead to an interesting direction. If you have any additional questions or interest in our design sprint process here at Fresh Tilled Soil, shoot us a note. ds@freshtilledsoil.com. Thanks for tuning in.